Hello everyone and welcome to Clarity 16.1.1 Supportability and Feature Training. I am Vib Mehrotra, and as part of this section we will be talking about the general improvement updates. In this release there are several application improvements were made. What this section will cover are only some of those improvements. Several of the other improvements are covered in the separate training sections that you should definitely review. In this specific section, we will be talking about the ability to see which attribute cannot be secured in field level security, the ability to relabel financial detail attributes in modern UX, ability to star task, ability to navigate to the originating idea from projects in modern UX, automatic creation of lookup that will display the custom investment type instance data, enhanced navigation from workspace, and added filter group to the task workspace. Each one of these were specific improvements and enhancement that came from the customer. The ability to see which attribute can be secured or not will allow the user, specifically in this case administrator, to know which attribute they can secure or not secure even before they attempt to secure that attribute. Customers had requested that instead of getting a reactionary message, they wanted to get or know before they make the change that whether a specific attribute can be secured or not. The financial details object was not available in the field level security, hence the customers were not able to relabel the attributes for those details. So now we've exposed the financial details object in field level security, allowing the customers to relabel their attributes. Task was one area where the star capability was missing, and customers that have gotten accustomed to being able to star specific instances of different objects, they wanted the same capability in task, and now we have that capability available. In classic, if a project was created from an idea, the idea name was linkable to easily navigate to that originating idea. This functionality was missing in the modern UX, and now we have enabled that in modern UX also. And lastly, the customers that create custom investment type would then have to manually go create a lookup that will display the CIT object instances. This was a missing functionality as in the custom object we used to automatically create a lookup that will display the instance data, but it was not available for the custom investment types. In this release, now we will automatically create a CIT object instance data lookup. So first let's talk about the new flag that is available in the field level security. So in the attribute section of the modern UX administration, we now have a new column called not securable. This is a read-only column which is set by the system, and it will be checked if a specific attribute of an object cannot be field level secured, then it'll be checked. The user cannot make changes to it, but it's a good visual indicator for an administrator to know which attribute they can secure, which one they cannot. We've exposed the financial detail objects, so the cost plan and benefit plan detail objects will now be available in the attribute section of the modern UX. The administrator can essentially relabel these financial plan detail attributes using the same capability that is there. They can also try to secure certain attributes that are available for securing. Only few out-of-the-box attributes can be secured for the financial detail objects. We are now introducing the capability to star specific task instances. The user can filter and star task within the investment itself. The start attribute will be available in the following areas: the task module within the investment, task workspace, and the add task module of timesheet. The star attribute can be edited, which means the user can star or unstar their task from any one of these three areas. Starring a task is unique to the logged in user, similar to the other star capability. And in the new board layout, the user has the option to add the start attribute for task card layout. In Modern UX, we had a column called originating idea. This column would be populated with the name of the idea that was used to create the specific project. This column was not linkable, and it only displayed the name of the originating idea. Starting this release, this specific attribute will now have the name of the originating idea, as well as it will be linkable, where the user can click on the link and navigate to the specific idea that was used to create the specific project. The same originating idea is also hyperlinked available in the investment grid layout of the hierarchy. Anytime an administrator creates a custom investment type lookup, anytime an administrator creates a custom investment type, we will now automatically create a lookup for that custom investment type. This new lookup is going to be system defined, and the new lookup will have a specific naming convention, which is the object underscore lookup underscore the object code itself. After upgrade, all existing CIT will have their own object instances. We have enhanced the to-do workspace navigation experience for the user. In the previous release of the application, anytime the user navigated to the to-do workspace and within that either went to task, risk, or issues, the name of the task would take the user to the first landing space of that project. We have now enhanced that behavior, where clicking on the task name will navigate to the user to the task module of that investment. Similarly, clicking on the risk or issue or name changes name, the user will be navigated to the respective modules within the investment. This behavior, as I mentioned, is available for task, risk, issues, and changes tab of the to-do workspace. The staffing workspace has also been enhanced. Now navigating to the staff grid of the staffing workspace, the resource full name is linkable. Clicking on the resource full name will navigate the user to the staff module of the investment. We introduced the capability to have filter groups in different parts of the Clarity application. However, in the task workspace, that capability was missing. In this release, starting 16.1.1 and higher, we have now introduced the filter group capability in the task workspace. The filter group will work similar to how it does in the other part of the application. And by default, there are two required attributes that have to be populated in the filter. These are the investment active flag, which is defaulted to yes, and the investment template flag, which is defaulted to no. With that, let's see the product in action. So here I am in Clarity 16.1.1. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to the Modern UX Administration. And in here, I'm going to go into the attributes where I can see the different attributes that are either secured or relabeled. You can see that there is a new column that I have manually added to my view. The new column is called Not Securable. I can apply a filter to this column, or I can easily remove this column. If I filter for Not Securable as yes, now I will get a list of all the attributes that I cannot secure. And trying to secure any one of these will give me then the same reactive error message as it does today. So now I have a visual indicator of which attributes I should not even attempt to secure. However, I can continue to relabel these as I can in the past. Let's change the object to see the new objects that we've added, which is the benefit plan detail and the cost plan detail. So you can see now both of these are available in the field level security, which is the attributes area of Modern UX. I can click on both of these and now I get the full list. I can tell it to show me every attribute that is there, whether it's securable or not. So some attributes such as the benefit class and benefit class subclass can be secured, but any of the other attributes can be relabeled. So if I want to relabel my benefit attribute to called ROI, I can do that by just using the label column of my attribute section. Next, I am going to go into the projects, and within my project I'm going to navigate to my task module of my project. And in here you can see that we have a new column that I've manually added called starred, and there are certain tasks that I have already starred. I can star any additional attribute or remove a star from any of these tasks as I choose to do so. The same star capability is available in the task workspace. So navigating to the task workspace, I have a pre-filter defined. I've created a view with the filter where I can see only my starred tasks, which are right over here. I can easily remove, so this is an editable value from right here. I can easily remove any of the star from any of the task, or I can change the filter to find that are not starred and star any additional ones. So it is an editable attribute within my task workspace. And here I can just add additional ones that I would like to star. Next, I'm going to go into my default view where you can see that I have defined a filter group. So I have advanced filtered using filter group capability, where I am looking at all the different tasks that are where either Rita is the sponsor or Paul is the manager, and the percentage complete is less than 100%. So now I have the advanced filter capability in the task workspace. I can enhance this or add another filter to it by saying I also want to look at the manager where I am the manager along with Paul Martin, and the sponsor is Rita, and the task is less than 100%. So now the advanced filter capability is available to me in the task workspace. Next, I'm going to go back to my projects again. And here you can see that I have a new column called originating idea. This is this is an existing column that always existed, and it populated the name of the idea that was used to create the project from. I can filter to show me all the projects where the originating idea is populated. And now you can see that the originating idea is linkable. I can click on this specific field and it'll open the idea that was used to create the specific project. I can go back out to the list and I can click on the next one if I want to do so. Next, I'm going to go into the Classic Studio, and right here in the Classic Studios under the Classic Administration Studio, I am going to first look at that I've already created few custom investment types, and they have a specific attribute called CLR underscore, and I can see that there is one called business capability. It is a custom investment type, does not have any master. If I go into the lookups area for this, I am now under the studio lookups, and if I search for object lookup, there is the lookup that is created. It is a system restricted business capability instance lookup that is defined. All the custom investment type instance lookup will have the naming convention of object underscore lookup underscore the ID of my object itself. Just to demo this, I'm going to go ahead and create a new one, a new custom investment type, and let's just call it strategy. I'm going to call it with the object ID of CIT strategy, and I'm going to populate the object extension so that this will be created as a custom investment type. Now that my strategy is created, let's make sure I can see it over here. There is my strategy. If I go into the lookup and I search for the same, there is the lookup that is being created automatically with the object lookup CIT strategy. Next, I'm going to go into the to-do task workspace, and here I am looking at the tasks module for the to-do workspace. There are several to-dos defined, and I can see the name for the specific task under which these to-dos have been defined. I can click on the task name, and my user experience is that now I will be taken directly to the task module of my specific investment. If I go back out, I can do that for any other task. The same behavior is if I go to the risk tab of my to-do workspace. The risk name under which a to-do is defined is clickable, and I can click on the risk name and I'm automatically taken to the risk module of my investment. And the same behavior is for issues and changes. If I go to the staffing workspace and I go to the staff grid, I can see that the resource full name is linkable. I can click on the resource full name, and that will automatically navigate me to the staff module for my investment. This concludes the general improvement update section. Thank you everyone for listening.